Hi folks, Stuart here for the Four Crows Bushcraft and Primitive Living Skills. Welcome to another of my videos. Just want to say sorry I haven't put anything up for a while. Just been a bit busy of late, so I've not had the chance. So hopefully we'll get some more stuff up on the YouTube and hope you like it. But anyway, so what I have been doing is going to be doing a wee project. And what I'll do is I'll keep you guys updated as I go along on the build. And so what I'm building is a Coracle, traditional boat as used by the Welsh and also the Celts. So they think it predates dugout canoes, that sort of thing. So whether it does or not, I'm not very sure. But we'll have a go at building it anyway. So I'll show you what I've got and we'll see how we go. Okay. So what you can see I've got here is spent some time up in the woods cutting my hazel for the coracle. So that's all ready to go for the build. That's been cut for 2 weeks now. The sap's fairly well up on it, so I've given it a chance to dry out a little before I start working it, because if I leave too much sap in it, what will end up happening is the wood will shrink, and that's making your bindings slack. So that's why I've leaving it for a few weeks before I actually start it. But so guys, what you can see is I'm starting to make the coracle. What I've done is I've taken some small pegs, marked out the circle for it. I've measured for the seat plate to fit in as well, so I've got the correct width. And all I've done is taken the hazel wands and driven them into the ground on opposite sides from each other. As you can see, the stick is on this side and the one at the back is on the other side. So when they fold over, they fall into the holes on their correct sides. So what I'm going to do next is cut them to shorter a bit, and then start manipulating them to take the shape of the coracle itself. And I'll also weave in some weavers first, then place the seat in, then put more weavers on, and but I'll show you as we go along. Okay, cheers. see me doing here is I'm using the gas butane torch just to heat the wood up, to heat the sap on the inside of the wood, just to make it more pliable. And traditionally we've probably used water, hot water, to soften the wood, but I'm doing this for quickness, just so we get the video done, and it's not taking me like 3 weeks to make it. So I'm just going to heat this part up here to get the way I want it, bending more in this area here, and I'll carry on and you can see what I'm up to. Okay, cheers. So where we're at now, guys, is what I've done is, like I said, got the uprights in and cut them so you saw me with the gas gun, bending them, heating them up and bending them, so you can see that the seat's in there already, and it's got its first set of weavers putting in, and then the chair goes on, and then the sticks are hit up and bent over. And what I've got on the top is a pallet, and then lots of bricks to weigh it down, because ideally you want a flatter bottom as possible on this, so when you get into the water, the boat has more surface area on the boat, underneath the boat, so it's less chance of capsizing when you climb in, so the flatter you can get it, the better. So I'll just let you take this camera off the tripod and let you have a look underneath, see what it looks like, and see what I'm talking about to try and get it flat, so bear with me for a second. There you go, then, so you can see how I'm trying to achieve a flattish bottom by using the weight. So I'll leave this for a couple of days to sit like this, so the hazel gets a chance to take memory, keep its shape, and then I'll get onto these ones that you can see in front of you. This one here, this one here, that one there, which will go over the other side and meet up with those three at the back, creating a crisscross weave, and then I'll add in more weaving material, and then it's a case of putting a cover on it, and hopefully she'll be ready to go. So I'll leave it at that for now, and I'll catch up with you later on. Okay. Hello again guys, welcome back. As you can see, what I've done is taken the weight that we had on. We've now got a flattish bottom on there. So what we're going to do now is take these weavers here and take them across the way. And again, we'll weigh it down and leave it for a couple of days to set. Then we'll bind all the pieces together and do the rest of the weave. But I'll carry on with this and I'll get back to you once I've done a bit more. Okay, cheers. So guys, you can see we're getting there. Just got the last one to go over this way, so you can see how it works. You've got thick end to thin end. Thick end on the outside, thin end on the inside. So that swapping over, so it evens itself out with strength. So I say it's looking more like a turtle shell, which is basically what I'm trying to achieve. So I'll get this last one done and we'll get back to you again. Okay, cheers. So what I was trying to do there is heat the branch up. I don't want to scorch it and dry it out too much and make it brittle. I want it to be hot enough, which it is. Yeah, hot enough to make it pliable. So we can manipulate it like so. So I need to cut the end off to get into the bend. So we'll take it to about there. So I'll just take my knife and you see it's still fairly green because it's cutting easy. And what we'll do is we'll put a point on the end so it's easy to drive it into the ground, like so. And take that one out of there just now, clip, like so. So I don't want to put too much pressure on one area or it'll just snap. So as you can see, I'm just manipulating it to make it bend where I want it to go. There it's going into the position, and then it's just a case of forcing it into the ground and getting the shape that I require. There. There we go. So what I'm going to do is just take that clamp, pop it back on there, let the wood cool. I think we'll take more of a clamp from here. There we go. As you can see, these ones are nice and cool, so they were rising up earlier, they're not anymore. So I'm going to clamp this one together here, just to bring them together while the heat's in there. And so there you go guys, my Coracle frame. What I'll do tonight, I'm going to lay weights on top of it again to try and create a flatter bottom as possible, like I've said before. and maybe come back out tomorrow or the day after and start weaving some more with a skirt for it, and we'll also bind, lash these square points together. So I'll get back to you when we go into that part. Okay, see you later, cheers. So there we go guys, there it's all bricked up, weighed down. I think you'll see that it's starting to take shape underneath there. If you just bear with me a second, I'll get further down and you can see what I'm trying to achieve with the weights. Take this cover off, come round there and bring it down to that level. Pull it a bit better there. Now you can see looks like a D shape on its back, a D on its back, so that's what I'm trying to achieve. Flat bottom as possible, and but still with a nice shape to it. So there's the bricks on top and a couple of pallets just to push it down. What I've done is, when I put the pallets and the bricks on, I've been underneath it and used the blowtorch again to heat the hazel up, so it became more supple, and then with the weight pushing it down, started to take the shape that I wanted, and I'll leave that to cool overnight, probably leave it for a day like I said earlier, and in that position, and we'll come back and do a bit more to the skirt. So I'll leave it at that for tonight guys, because we're losing light rapidly, and I'll get back to you soon. So there we go guys, we've got the last of the frame put in, put the skirt on it. What I've got to do is bind, just do wraps of cordage that we're in just to compress the skirt, and I've lashed the top. I'll let you see that. You can see the lashings, and pull it out of the ground. So I just need to take off these lengths and all the way around, and we'll need to put a skin on it. So I'll get back to you once I've cut these off, and I'll let you see it again. Okay, cheers. So there we go guys, I've got the bottom cut out, the stakes I should say, sorry, so it's nice and flat now on the ground, so it's all held together, which I'm very happy with, but I'll let you see it. I'll tip it up and let you see it. There we go. So there we go. I'll try and get a close up for you. So that's the frame done, and there's the seat. So all I need to do now is put the skin on, and we've got a boat ready for fishing. So hopefully the trout and the salmon, whatever they are, decoration will bring me luck for some fish. So there we go. Anyway, I'll crack on. I've got the paddle to do as well. I'll give you a video on that, and once I get the skin on, we'll see what she looks like. Okay, cheers for now. Hey guys, so here we are now. Got the coracle made up, the frame and everything. I've now put in a foot plate. Just let you see that. So you can see the foot well that I've popped in there, and so what I'm about to do now is cover it. I'm managed to get myself a cheap ground sheet from one of the pound shop stores, and it's 12 feet by 8 feet tarp. So what I've done is I've halved it in two, because the coracle is 6 by 8, 6 this way, 8 this way, double it over so it's got a double thick skin on it. As I say, this is just a temporary measure until I get the deer hide processed. So I'm just going to pull this over, clip it on, and then it'll be sewn on, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. Hopefully take it out for a spin in the water. So I'll carry on. Catch you soon. So what you can see in this shot here is this here is a big piece of spruce that I've cut. It was dead, standing, so that is going to be turned into my paddle. So what you can see we've got here, got the log that's going to be a paddle. What I've done is I've marked a series of notches in, which I'm going to use the chainsaw just to cut these in to hew these parts out, so I've got a nice flat area to work on. So I'll not let you suffer the chainsaw noise, so I'll just, as I say, show you as we go along. Okay? So guys, I don't know if you can see, but what I did was I turned it that way. You can see I've cut in notches with the chainsaw, and what I've done is I'll show you this part here. There we go. So with the chainsaw, taking out these parts, and now I've done one side, hewing it down, so it's just one long piece like that. I've only got the one piece to come off, and then that'll be it more or less flattened, ready to take shape for making the paddle. So just thought I'd let you see that bit, and we'll catch you later. There we go guys, so paddle's coming along as well. You see the coracle next to it. So I've just used you saw me using the, well, I used the chainsaw to cut the notches earlier, and what I'm using now is just the small axe that you see there, plus the Grandfather's bricks small forest axe, which was done for most of the roughing out, and then I'm onto the shave horse, which is happening here, using the draw knife. So that's the point I'm up to now, and I've been at it all day, so I'm going to head in for a well-deserved cup of tea, and I'll let you see more as I go along, guys. Okay, cheers. So we're moving on with the paddle. Here we are. I don't know if you can see it. We're getting the shape. I've used the axe like I showed you earlier. The handle obviously I'm leaving till the end, but just to let you see how it's progressing. We're getting there. What I'm using now, I'm doing to using the draw knife to take off more and more until I get the diameter that I want. So it's still fairly chunky, but I need to get the symmetry right before I start reducing it, because you've got to remember that you can always take off, but you can never add the bark on. So this is at this point, I say quite thick still, but I want to get the symmetry right before I go any further. And so I'll carry on doing this, and we'll see how we get on later on. Okay, catch you soon. So, welcome back again. Just sort of show you how we're getting on with the paddle. We've shaped it, got the handle done. Give you a close up. There we go. So there's the edge, other edge. If you can get that. So now comes the bit, the part that I absolutely hate. And you'll have to excuse the noise, that's a mat with a valve leaking air. It's the old stomach. So I've hated it since I was at school. I used to do woodwork, and that is sanding. I hate it, I really hate it. But needs must, we have to do it. So I'm going to sand this down, and then we'll get nice and smooth, and then we'll get into decorating the paddle, making it my individual paddle, unlike any other. I just hasten to add this. I've never made a paddle before, this is my first time, so I'm fairly happy with the the results. Considering it came from one big piece of spruce that you saw earlier. There is hairline cracks in it, where it's been drying out and twisting. I mean, the wood was dead standing, but obviously still some moisture in there. But it'll do the job anyway, you know, once it's sealed and everything, hopefully. But now for a job, as I say, that I hate doing, and I loathe to start doing this. It's the same with making spoons, it's always the way. I just hate sanding. But anyway, we'll crack on.
mystery to me. We have agreed with which we have agreed. And you think you have to want more than you need. Until you have it all, you won't be free. Society, you're a crazy breed. I hope you're not lonely without me. When you want more than you have, you think you need. And when you think more than you want, your thoughts begin to bleed. I think I need to find a bigger place. 'Cause when you have more than you think, you need more space. Society, you're a crazy breed. I hope you're not lonely without me. Society, crazy indeed. I hope you're not lonely without me. There's those thinking more, less is more. But if less is more, how you keeping score? It means for every point you make, your level drops. Kinda like you're starting from the top, and you can't do that. Society, you're a crazy breed. I hope you're not lonely without me. Society, crazy indeed.
So there you go, folks. That's it with the cover on. Finished, paddle decorated, and ready for a bit of war. And, ready to go for a paddle in it, so we'll try and let you see that as well.
When they look back at us and they write down their history, what will they say about our generation? We're the ones who knew everything, still we did nothing. Harvested everything, planted nothing. Well, we lived pretty well in the wake of the gold rush, floating in comfort on waves of our